Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation. Today, I'm going to take an overdue look at my haul from New York Comic Con 2022. October was a crazy month and I am very far behind, but better late than never. Unfortunately, I was very late to the game being able to go to Comic Con, so I literally missed out on every single panel. What can I say? I'm a terrible YouTuber. But hopefully, you at least think I'm a good shopper. First up, and here we have the Riddler from DC Universe Classics. Unfortunately, his legs are warped, and he has a bit of a scuff, but I got him pretty cheap, so it's worth it to clean him up. I didn't get him for any particular video or anything, I just wanted to round out my classic Batman villain collection. The same thing could be said for Gladiator. I missed out on him when he was available for retail, and the aftermarket prices have been keeping me out. I got this one pretty cheap, and although he was a bit scuffed, it's good enough for me. On the subject of X-Men, here we have Sabretooth. This is a Marvel Select version based on his first appearance. Unlike Gladiator, however, I do have a video in mind for him. And on the subject of X-Men figures that I have a video in mind for, here we have the original Toy Biz Marvel Legends Juggernaut. Not just that one, but also the Build-A-Figure. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know I have the 80 years version and also the Marvel Select, so you can probably figure out why I wanted these two. For one last loose X-Men figure, here we have Apocalypse. Sadly, he doesn't come with his tubes or any of his accessories, but for $5 he'll make a nice addition to any Apocalypse-related videos that I may or may not have coming out. And honestly, I always liked this one and was bummed out I missed out on it. Riddler's not the only classic Batman villain I picked up, however. I also got the Silver Age Penguin by DC Direct. He came with Catwoman, but I already have her, and with my Arkham City Penguin video in the works, I thought it would be fun to have him for comparison. And with that spirit of Arkham City videos in the air, I also got this Catwoman. She's also from DC Direct and is based on her look from The Long Halloween. Thanks to her being broken, I got her for practically nothing, and that's nothing that little super glue can't fix. One Marvel figure I don't have any immediate plans for is Daredevil. I missed out on him when he first came out, and I'm pretty happy to add him to my collection. To be honest, I like him so much I might end up canceling my pre-order for the 3-pack, or maybe I'll keep him and it can become a nice little versus. Sound off in the comments and let me know if that's something you'd like to see. For a similar situation, here we have the new 52 Batgirl by DC Collectibles. While I do have a big Batgirl video coming out, I wasn't planning on reviewing this figure exactly. I mainly wanted it for comparisons and for my own personal collection. The same can be said for this even older one designed by Alex Ross. You'll definitely see her in some comparison shots, but mostly this is just something I wanted for me. Another thing I got to fill out a collection is this Ben Reilly. This is the original figure that Hasbro made when they took over the license. I don't have any immediate plans for it, but it's something I've had my eye on for a while. Interesting observation, the webbing on the head is etched in, the rest of it is painted on. Speaking of Spider-Man and etched in webbing, this is one that I'm very happy to add to my collection. For those who don't know, this is the Spider-Man figure that came with the Marvel Select Dr. Octopus. It's something I really wish I had for my Spider-Man Evolution video, but I'm pretty glad I have now. And who knows, maybe I have a special idea for it in mind. And speaking of Spider-Man characters, here we have Venom. This is a figure that Toy Biz made in 2002 for their Spider-Man Classics line. He's in kinda rough shape, but I think I can clean him up. He even has at least some of his display base. I also picked up this Venom. If memory serves, it was actually the second Venom figure ever made. You'd put a bulb in the back full of water that you could squeeze, and would then squirt out this hole. The figure came with this part, but no bulb, so although I can't squirt anybody with it, at least he doesn't have a giant hole in his back. Honestly, kinda looks like a pop socket. And since we're talking about characters all in black, here's an all-black version of Batman from Arkham City. Leastways, I'm pretty sure it's Arkham City. For the other half of the world's finest, here we have Superman. This one is from the Justice League of America series by DC Direct. You can never have too many Superman figures, and I do have special plans in mind for this one. Luckily, Superman won't be lonely, because I also found his pal Jimmy Olsen. This figure was also by DC Direct, and is a perfect complement to the Silver Age 2-pack that I reviewed earlier this year. I haven't shown him off on the channel yet, but I also recently picked up this Perry White from the same series. Hopefully it leads to lots of Daily Planet hijinks in future videos. And then rounding out the DC Trinity is this Wonder Woman. This is also an older DC Direct. To my knowledge, this figure wasn't designed by Alex Ross, but the face definitely looks a lot like his artwork. And if you saw my recent Deceased Flash vs. Dark Flash video, you'd already know I got this guy. This one's also from DC Direct. It's from the 2003 JLA series. And then for a very special upcoming video, I have this 2007 Hasbro Marvel Legends Invisible Woman. She's from the Ronan the Accuser wave. I also got this Human Torch, and one of my favorite Marvel characters, the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. Not gonna lie, his head's kinda tiny. Like I said, these are gonna be for a very special video I got coming out, and don't worry, you're not gonna have to wait that long to see it. It's not all loose figures though, I also got a few in-box ones. Take for example this Batman Missions figure by Mattel. I've been trying to get this figure for a good price for a while, and I have a very fun video in mind for it. Of course, Batman's a great opportunity to talk about Nightwing. This is the red New 52 style one from DC Collectibles. In case there was any doubt, it was $20, and you'll be seeing him in a video, hopefully pretty soon. Here we have DC Icon Superman from DC Collectibles. This is one that I've been after for a while and was very happy to get him for only $35. And while I do have a much larger Superman video I'm working towards, I'm probably going to be doing a standalone review of this guy as well. And then here we have the DC Direct Brightest Day Hawkman. The aftermarket prices on this guy is killer, but I'm happy to report that I got him for only $20. I have no idea how long it's going to take McFarlane to give us one, but I do have the Hawk Girl that goes with him, so I'm pretty excited to finish that set. For something actually current, and here we have the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Toad. I was actually thinking about not even getting this guy at all, but then I finally saw him in person and he kind of won me over. You can definitely look forward to a review of this guy. And then for something semi-current, here we have the Silver Centurion Iron Man by Marvel Select. I've been looking for a new Marvel Select Iron Man for my comparison shots, and this thing is gorgeous. Not only that, but he's tricked out with a lot of accessories. I'm definitely excited to dig into this guy and compare him to the Marvel Legends one. Be patient with me though, because I have a lot of things to get to first. And of course, I couldn't say no to Stealth Iron Man. It was part of Hasbro's 6-inch Iron Man series, and as always is just a repaint of his classic red and gold armor. But it is Stealth Iron Man, so I couldn't say no. And what could be better than Stealth Iron Man? Another Stealth Iron Man! This one is also part of Hasbro's 6-inch Iron Man series, and is a concept figure of what a movie-style Stealth Iron Man might look like. That said, there is one other item I got that I think I might just love most of all. Something even more than a couple of new Stealth Iron Mans. And no, it's not a third Stealth Iron Man. The DC Super Friends Imaginext Batman and the Penguin. Let me explain. A lot of you who subscribe to my channel know that my mother passed away in September. What you might not know is that I'm actually from Queens. Going to Comic-Con was a perfectly timed opportunity to visit my hometown. Not just my hometown, but my mother's sister, my Aunt Joan. It was the first time I'd seen her since I was 8 years old. We spent the morning together wandering around the old neighborhood and seeing where I grew up. The department store I grew up with as a kid was called Lewis's of Woodhaven. Sadly, it's no longer there, but my aunt took me into a new department store and we wandered around. She doesn't know that I have a YouTube channel or that I collect action figures, but she thought it might be fun to buy me a little toy for old time's sake. The first thing I saw was this Batman and Penguin. As a collector, I don't think it's anything I would have ever wanted for myself, and to be honest, I'm probably never going to open it. But what it represents to me is priceless. I had a lot of great experiences at Comic-Con and around New York City, but that morning with my godmother was the best of all. At the start of this year, I would have never dreamed that I would have lost my mom. But I also would have never dreamed that I had been able to go to New York Comic-Con. The point being, the potential for something awful or wonderful is always right around the corner. Always cherish the people and the places and the things that you love while you can. And if you happen to find yourself going to Comic-Con, be sure to check that panel list well in advance so you don't miss out. I hope you enjoyed my New York Comic-Con haul, and I also hope I didn't get too mushy on you. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you're the most excited to see a video on. Your feedback will help me prioritize which videos to get to first. For my previous haul video, click here, or for a good old-fashioned review, click here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.